G'day folks, my name is Thomas Riley Poole, and today I'm going to be painting a still life on this big canvas. The still life I'm going to be painting is this Banksia flower in this vase. I bought these Banksia flowers quite a while ago, and because they're Australian native, they're able to live a long life with it being cut off the tree. So I thought, because they've been around for a while now, just sitting around the house, I thought, I'll do a still life of it and give them an even longer life to live after they finally died off. Don't know, I might be using mixed media today. I haven't really made up my mind yet, but I'm going to be going to and from the palette knife and the paintbrush, and I really just want to make it a really interesting still life. I don't really do too many still lifes, so this is, in a way, I believe it's the first still life I've done, so this is going to be, it's definitely the first flower I've ever painted. I've never painted a flower in a vase before, so this is going to be very interesting, and it's going to be, as I always say, a lot of fun. So I'm not going to, I can't really say any much other than that, so what I can do now and can say is let's just get straight into it and see what we can make here. Alrighty, no worries. Cheers. G'day folks, seems like we've got the kookaburras out having a laugh. Just heard one just then, but alright, well I'm back in here. It's been a couple of days. You don't know that, but I do. There's some lorikeets out there flying about the window. But so it's been a couple of days, which means the lighting has changed in the room. We don't have and it's a cloudy day, so there's not going to be any sun whatsoever today. But I really want to get a start on this paint. Well, not get a start, but I kind of want to just paint really. and I don't want to wait around for another sunny day and a day that I'm free to be able to paint. So I thought I'll come in today, and because it's a different day, because we don't have the sunlight coming through the glass giving it that shadow effect, I'm going to change the table quite a bit to suit what's presented right there, and then get the shadow on the wall on here and get the flowers down, the Banksia flower. Alright, well that's all I wanted to pop on and say, and yeah, alright, that shall be it. Alright, no worries, cheers. Alrighty, g'day folks. So we're back in the studio room here to try and finally finish off this Banksia still life. So it's been a couple months since the last time I touched this painting with a paintbrush or even a palette knife. It's been a while. I haven't touched it since last year, so we are currently in 2020 right now. The previous clips were all from 2019, so we're here to try and finally finish off this painting. So because it's a new year, I was going to come into the new year thinking I would do a new painting, but then I did know I have two other paintings from last year, and I thought to myself, why not just finish them off, or at least finish one of them off. So I thought I'll stick with this one and try to finish this Banksia still life off. I actually still have this to finish off, this Kookaburra painting. It's gone through a lot of changes. It's actually currently missing tail right now, but hey, let's leave all of that for another video and just focus on this Banksia still life. So because it's a new year, a lot has happened since the last time I've spoken. Got myself a haircut, if you've noticed, and I've also got myself an Akubra. First Akubra I ever had. Last hat I had was a Barmer, so got myself a new hat, and I got myself this Perspex mixing board. I've actually had this for a couple months, but I haven't been able to use it because what I have been using for my last painting, which was actually the last painting of 2019, was this wrapped canvas frame. I was using this mainly because it's a wide room, it's a lot of room to mix, and then also because it's wrapped, it's plastic sealed, I can just scrape off all the dry paint after I use it. And because that painting that I was using this for was really thick, laid with a lot of acrylic paint, I wanted to use a wide board that I can just mix as much paint as I want, as quickly as I want, and just not worry about falling off the edges or anything like that, and just using large quantities of acrylic paint and really just slap it onto that canvas, that painting, and get it really thick layered of a lot of paint. And that's exactly what I did, and it was a lot of fun. So this is actually really great. I love using this for mixing up boards, but I thought because we're using small palette knives and small paintbrushes, I don't really need to use the big mixing board, and I'll finally use this little Perspex board that I haven't even touched. So very excited to use that, put it into some good use, because the last board I've always been mixing up, which has actually been the board I've used to mix up most of my paintings, pretty much all of them, is this timber one. If you've seen previous videos, you would definitely know this. And because it's timber, I've never been able to clean it because it just gets stuck on. I mean, you probably would be able to clean it if you get an electric sander out and sand it, but then not much point, is there? I mean, and I in fact really like it. I reckon it looks beautiful. A bit of art right here. Definitely a bit of memorabilia. It's got a lot of paintings done with this board. Might one day hang this up. So that's this and that. And then also, if you've noticed the sudden change of quality, that is because I'm actually currently filming with a new camera. So I've gotten myself a bit of update just to make the video quality a lot more better. And yeah, actually there's also one last news I should tell you. Me and my wonderful, beautiful girlfriend Emma, we got ourselves a 5-month little pup, and her name is Bindi. She's definitely a treat. She's a lot of fun. I love her very much. So she's actually an Australian cattle dog, so she's a cattle mix. She's got 4 cattle breeds in her. They're Australian Collie, Kelpie, Border Collie and Blue Heeler. So she's a lot of work, but she's also a lot of fun. And I'm going to roll a couple of clips for you right now because I wouldn't want you to miss out on how beautiful she is. 5-month-old girl, Bindi. She's very beautiful, we love her very much, and she's actually one of the reasons why I haven't been painting as frequently or as much as I used to. It was just because I've been spending a lot of time with her. We've had her for a bit over a month now, so I haven't done a whole lot of painting. I mean, it's coming up to the 2nd month of the new year, so I've really just been spending a whole lot of time with her, as well as Emma. Just been having little family days, I guess, you know, just really enjoying our company all together. She's a treat. She's so lovely. I love having her around. A little special girl she is. She's very kind. She loves everyone, which is awesome. So yeah, I've just been really enjoying the time that we've had so far with her. So she's beautiful. She's actually currently upstairs mucking about, but that's alright. So that's all I pretty much have to say about all of that. I mean, there's actually a couple more things I want to say about the painting. So what I want to say about the painting is that there's not much else I really have to add to it. I mean, I know there's the rest of the leaves and the flowers I have to add, and then the stems for the Banksia, but other than that, I'm going to keep it pretty much how it is. I love how the shadow's looking, I love how the table's looking, I'm loving how the vase is looking. I mean, there's a couple of details I'm going to add to the vase, and there's also a couple of details I'm going to add to the table, because I've actually noticed that there's some leaves that have fallen onto the table, so I'm going to plonk them in. I've noticed that there's some paint marks on the table, I'll put that into, and then I've actually noticed coffee stains, so I'm going to plonk that around there. But really, I love how the whole premise of the painting is looking. And I know from the last time I was painting on this painting, I had the sun beaming through the window and shining on the side of the vase to give it that light effect. Now I know when you're painting a still life, you paint what you see, and at the moment that's not representing what the canvas is right now, but I'm still going to keep that how it is, because I like how that looks. So I'm going to work around that, and I'll work with what we got here, while still looking at the vase and getting the idea of it done. So that's all I pretty much have wanted to say. So I'll quit my blubbering on now, and I'll get straight to what we've all come here for, which is the Banksia still life. And we'll try to finish her off today, or at least get close to finishing her off. Alrighty, well, cheers for bearing with me. Anyways. And there we have it, folks. We're finally finished with this Banksia Still Life. It's taken me quite some time to finish it, but it's safe to say that I'm actually really happy with how it's looking. I can finally pop down the paintbrushes and palette knives and call it for this painting. A lot has happened through the duration of this painting. I mean, from January when we had the wildfires in Australia that just went absolutely crazy, all the way through to the coronavirus that we're still going through right now. We're in August, if you want to know. I'm in August right now. Started this painting last year. I believe I started it last year, maybe even around August or July, somewhere around then. I gotta look it up, I don't really know it off the top of my head, but yeah, it's taken me quite some time to finish this painting. That is because it hasn't really been my main priority. I have done a couple other paintings whilst I was touching up this one here and there. Like, there was a lot of times where I lost interest with what I was doing and I wanted to excite myself, which is why I moved on to new paintings. And I've done a lot of sketches as well, and I've been uploading them to my Instagram page as well as YouTube later on. And yeah, so I've been doing a lot, which is why this painting has taken its time to finally be completed. But yeah, I'm very happy with how it's looking right now, so I can finally say that it is finished. The most difficult thing I had with this painting was definitely the shadow on the wall from the Banksia shadow. And I did have a lot of troubles just because when I started this painting, the shadow on the wall over there was a lot different because I didn't do this painting in a day. And I know still life, I was working off from what the sun was doing on the shadow of the wall, and every time I would come back to it again, it would be a different shape of shadow, or the sun would be in a different location where the shadow won't even be there, or whatever, you know. But I stuck to my first impression of it when I first started it, which is why I still have the sun on the side of the vase and it's making that effect from the blinds because they're half open. And I knew I had to stick with that because I would have some issues trying to work with what I was looking at every time I started this painting again. So I had its first impression that I stuck with, and then just went around it by doing a bit of altercations or whatnot. But I'm really happy with how it's looking right now. I'm finally happy with, I mean, I could just keep going with the shadow, but I don't really want to. I want to finally call it for this one and finally say it's finished, so I can pop it down and start on a new painting and see where we go from there. But yeah, I'm very happy to say this is finally finished now, and I hope all you out there are doing okay with what's going on in the world right now with the coronavirus. And I know there's still a lot of families that are affected from the wildfires earlier this year, and my support and love goes out to you all. And so that's all I really have had to say for now. I mean, yeah, well, what you can do for me is hit the like button and also subscribe. Make sure to share, spread the good word, because everything helps. Even a comment will help as well. If you don't want to like it, just leave a little comment. And I'm always up for feedback as well. I would love to hear from you hear from you folks, telling me what I can improve on and all that. So I want to get really interactive with the audience out there for whoever's watching. I'd love that. And yeah, so I'm very happy that this is finally finished, and that is all I've really needed to say. But yeah, it's funny because when I started this still life last year, the Banksia flowers were very vibrant and they were still alive with the leaves, and now you can see over there that's slightly dying off and it's looking a bit brittle now because it's just been so long since I first started on this painting. So that's why in the painting you would see that I started off with green leaves and now they're all yellow and orange and a bit dead, but I don't know, it gives it a bit of character, I guess. So yeah. But yeah, so that's all I really have to say for now. So don't forget to like, comment and share, as I said before, and yeah, well that shall be it. Alright, well, thanks for sticking around. I know it's been a long video. It's been a much longer video for me, considering I started this last year. I've been editing the video off and on, and I'm very happy to finally put it to an end and start something fresh. Yeah, because the other works of art I've been doing, I've just been filming it on my phone and editing it on my phone, so because I've got no space on my laptop and I've only wanted to keep enough space for this painting, so I can finally finish the editing off and delete all the clips and start on a fresh painting, which I'm very stoked on. And I know I haven't been uploading all that much this year, and I feel like, because as I addressed earlier in the video, that me and my partner, we got ourselves a dog. She's much older now. Earlier in the video I mentioned that she was possibly around 6 months. Well, she's hit a year now, so she's finally a full, well, I think I even mentioned she might have been 5 months earlier in the video. Well, she's a year now. She had a birthday on the 3rd of August. I believe it's the 10th of August at the moment, or something like that. But yeah. So yeah, well, a lot has happened during the duration of this painting, so I finally can finish it off, edit it up, and put it out there for all you lot to see, so looking forward to that. Alright, well, I'll stop my blabbering on. I can just keep going for days about talking nonsense, so it's finally time for me to put an end to it. Alrighty, well, thanks for sticking around. Alright, catch you fakes later. Cheers. One more thing before you go, folks. So I forgot to mention that I'm going to roll a video of Bindi and how she looks now. because I know the last time you saw her, she was only about 6 or 5 months old, so she's 1 year old now. A lot has happened since she's grown up. She's looking as beautiful as ever, so I thought it would be a really nice moment to end the video of a little montage that my phone made for me of Bindi, and little puppy photos and her all old now, and she's looking very beautiful, and it's a really funny, like, little quirky video, so I thought it'd be really nice to show it to you folks out there and end the video on a nice happy note. Alright y'all, cheers for bearing with me. No worries, catch you folks later. Alrighty, well, yeah. Cheers for watching this video, folks, and thanks for stopping by and giving a like, a comment, and a share. It all helps very much, and I'll definitely catch you in the next video. Alrighty, catch you folks later. Cheers.